Man, this was such a cool logo to me when I was younger. It took me 16 years of existence to A. discover what Steam was, and B. get a bank card. And in those formative years, where I laid in complete ignorance of everything, and didn't have any friends to play with, Flash games were the things closest to my heart. I hold so much nostalgia for these games. It is actually quite the encouraging sight to see studios that started with Flash still be alive today. These guys have a full game release in Last Stand Aftermath. It's a fairly good roguelike. I play some of it. Of course, I'm just here to tickle my own nostalgia. Day 1. You shoot things fast. I have a very clear memory of not being able to click fast enough in order to preserve a good amount of health. Day 2. Hey look, we have friends. All of the zombies that are coming to attack us are procedurally generated. This game was made in 2009. That was a lot rarer of a process. Usually it would just be a copy of like the same 5 zombies over and over again. Day 3. Oh hey, the fat cop with a gun. If you read the journal, this is supposedly where you get the actual revolver from. Day 4. Oh look, a machine gun. This is going to tide us over for a while. There's just a very simple joy to shooting zombies that this game encapsulates really well. Just something about stopping an endless horde with a small group of people that tickles the part of my brain that wants to find meaning in things. Day 5. Day 6. Alright, a shotgun. It's only really useful as a secondary. The reload time is far too slow. Still though, good stopping power. As with all games, like the enemies get tougher as you progress, which usually just means like fatter zombies. I do believe this game takes place in America. Day 7. Day 8. Alright, the chainsaw. It's the best secondary. It's only useful in melee range because, well, the bodies really do start to pile up like next to a barricade when you use this though. Day 9. We have maxed out our friends. The final guy has a really high damage rifle. Too bad that we can lose survivors though, and like it's usually the last ones that come that are the first to get lost. Day 10. Aw, we lost rifle buddy. On a plus side, the sawed off. This is actually a good shotgun. Like it reloads pretty damn fast. There's an old glitch where if you switch between the weapons fast enough, like the max ammo amount will just swap. You can have a 99 max ammo sawed off if you switch with the chainsaw fast enough. But it looks like they patched it in the Steam edition. Damn it. Day 11. This always stopped counting the days. This is the goddamn hunting rifle. It is the second best weapon in the game. It one-shots so many goddamn things and pierces as well. And the best thing is, it just feels so good to use. Like the sound it makes, it's almost like you're playing a rhythm game. Day 19. Then, the Barrette. Holy shit, the Barrette. It sounds like it has the name of like a pistol. It's a goddamn anti-material rifle. It's not even up on a wall like with the other guns. It's just down here, looking cool, just like leaning into the corner. I don't care that endgame has like a bunch of armored and helmet up zombies. Get the hell out of here with your inferior N4s. Oh hey, a clown. This stuff kills tanks. Oh hey, a helicopter. Let's hope that doesn't crash. Oh no, we crashed. Last Stand 2. Last Stand 2 is a pretty good sequel. I think a good sequel is kinda hard to define, and can be a very subjective definition. But for me, it needs to keep enough of the previous game to see the same foundation, but make enough of the new stuff that the games don't get confused for each other. I think that's a good enough generalist definition of a sequel. I would say that the foundation that was kept could be defined as the very base shooting mechanics. I mean, yeah, the weapons are similar and the art style is consistent between the two, but defending the knee-high wall with guns is the main thing here. The differences? Our guy, his name is Jack, has a beard now. There's a bunch of new locations. We aren't just stuck in a clearing in the middle of the forest now. You spent your hours to loot the place dry and move on. Weapons can only be gotten in certain locations, and there are 2 paths to your final destination. You can now give your friends some guns. They won't accept all of them. I'm guessing it's hard to program them using a chainsaw or a bow. or some grenades, but most of them aren't stuck to a pistol now. In exchange, they can now be killed by zombies holding melee weapons. This single-handedly gives the game jump scares. Running fast zombies with weapons are now your arch enemies. Also, traps are a thing. You can loot them, but like who really uses them? So starting in Glendale in like a random store, you can loot the place and immediately just get a chainsaw. Of course, this is gonna stay your secondary for a while. Find some friends, a revolver, and some supplies, and we move on. This is just the starting area, there's not much here. The upper path leads to Whistler's Grove. And the first melees, oh shit. We decide to just hole up in a random house somewhere. Man, this barricade is really low, isn't it? This place has a bow and a shotgun. In the zombie genre, the bow character is always the coolest. By the way, give your squad like the slow reload weapons. There's no limit to the ammo. So like having a fast reload speed is one of the best stats you can have in this game. Oh crap. The lower path leads to Claysburg. Ah, a classic zombie-infested church. It's a good contrast. And then, ooh, an Uzi. Oh no, it's the Homeowners Association. They weren't even zombies. Aspenwood. There's nothing here. I'm in a barn! Oh my god, it's the rifle and the sawed off. Never mind, this is the best place ever. Wow, these boards aren't that strong. Guys. Well, back to old reliable. Jonestown. Like the coat? Why are we fighting in the middle of the street? Honestly, every time I have enough supplies to just skip this place, and every time I just loot it anyways. I just like giving my guys AKs and M4s. Also, there's like an unlimited supply of grenades here. They are kinda awkward to use and for some reason make literally no sound. But hey, they're grenades. Fort Tran. This was the completely optional area that was exclusive to the Army Games website. I never been here on the account that I played on Congregate, and I got nothing on the first day. Well, oh hey, it's the classic barricade. Second day, and a giant machine gun plus an RPG. Honestly, I expected a meteor sound effect for the RPG. Hey, we made it to Union City. Hopefully it's safe. Oh no, it's not safe. The Last Stand series does have a story, and Union City does take place shortly after 2, but by my generalist definition of sequels, Union City is kind of its own game. I mean, it's still a sequel, but there's a reason it's not called Last Stand 3. You can run around now. You are no longer defending a specific point. You can use a lot more melee weapons. You loot and explore houses, and now you have stats, experience, quests, and level ups. There's kind of a more direct story going on. It is a much more complicated game now. So a zombie jumps in front of your car, wanting to sue you for everything, and dies in the process. We loot a different car crash that just so happens to have a gun in the trunk, proving that this really is America. Oh god, we don't do a lot of damage starting out, do we? Never mind, the pipe was just super weak. This wood board is way stronger. Hey look, a lot of premium stuff now I'm gonna have to throw out because they kind of break progression. So we start looting houses, collecting a bunch of junk specifically for one quest, and we meet some survivors. A bit of a tangent, but my favorite part of the Fallout games is, well, New Vegas in its entirety, but I think the most consistently enjoyable part of all those games is just looting a rundown building in a post-apocalypse. Just searching through every corner, bringing along whatever you can in order to survive / become the most powerful thing in what's left of the world. It's a fun loop. I bring this up because I feel like if you want to describe Union City in one soundbite, it would be a 2D Fallout game. It's a bit oversimplifying, but Fallout 3 and New Vegas were already out by the time this game was released. The setting is a much more generic zombie apocalypse, but this type of looting, shooting, and item management you would expect from a 2D Fallout game. Also, come on, like, look at the stats page. You start a game by picking a job with 4 tag skills. This is a simplified version of the stats from Fallout. This isn't a knock either. I would love an in-depth take on a 2D Fallout game. Anyway, we do a fetch quest for some wire cutters and we move on to other areas. Here we find one of 2 companions. I forgot her name. Her quest is that she lost her glasses, so I think I just called her Velma when I was younger. I don't think I realized that people can lose their glasses in real life. It's not just a thing in Scooby-Doo. So we help Velma and she joins us. Okay, so your companion has an infinite supply of every ammo type and you don't, so you give them your best guns. So just grab a melee weapon and tank everything by eating all the food you have already started hoarding. So we loot everything and we find the one guy that gives purpose to junk items. And we see the glimpses of the crafting system that we would see in the later games. Anyway, our partner isn't home, of course. They did scribble a note on the wall though, which happens a lot in this city. To the hospital. Next area and we lost a sawed-off shotgun. Yeah, so when your companion comes with you to like a new area, their weapon just shifts to the default. In this case, a knife. And the lost weapon is just gone. Damn it. We find the other companion in this area. We get his dad's rifle and he offers to join us. We can only have one. And glasses lady like asked me first, so... Hey, wait a minute, she's not even wearing her glasses. How are you aiming anything? So the hospital is basically abandoned. And we loot everything that's left. Oh yeah, my wife. So she's gone to the stadium alongside everyone else. Yeah, definitely America. We also find a guy that's selling guns and ammo during the apocalypse for like regular physical cash. I mean, we all have memories of COVID, and these guys would definitely exist in an actual zombie apocalypse. There's actually an extra forest area which I think was exclusive to Armored Games. And damn it, I forgot about the weapon switch. So we find some obvious bandits pretending to be survivors, and they try to shoot a guy with a sledgehammer in melee range. Some lady asked us to find her brother in the woods. Okay, doesn't sound too bad. Where the fuck is he? Where the hell am I? I'm back at the damn entrance! Finally! That took longer than the entirety of Last Stand 1. Well, at least the weapon's kinda cool looking. Next area. You know, I never noticed how much variety the buildings and places we loot has. I mean, yeah, we have some repeats, but a bunch of the locations are just wholly unique. This is far more than you would expect out of a completely free Flash game. Last Stand 1 took place in one location, Last Stand 2 had 6. Each house background has more assets than a single location in Last Stand 2. Like, look at this subway. This is used as a transitional location to the next area. But we run on a platform, in the train cars, on the rails, and into the back rooms to get to the next area. They didn't need to make 4 backgrounds. If we were just running across the platforms that magically connected to the next station, I don't think many people would have cared. At worst, you would get like a slightly snarky comment by me. You know, this is like the only loot and shoot kind of game where the storage container actually has a weight limit. I see why others don't really do it. Please just let me hoard quite literally everything in peace, damn it. Anyway, where's my wife? Ooh, a grenade launcher. Guess who's getting that later? Okay, nice meeting you, dude. Man, I miss a lot of my shots. Is that a katana? So we find our way into the stadium, guarded by the totally trustworthy US military, and a PMC called Herc. A guy tells us that they aren't trustworthy, so we sneak out, kill some of them, and find a shotgun named 4. Well, it was good seeing you again. So we break in from the sewers, find our wife in a cage, and notice that she's been bitten. It'll probably be fine. We've been scratched and grabbed by so many zombies that we are also probably infected. If not, are we immune? Let's go, honey. Alright, we're almost near the end. Oh, look who's here. It's Jack. He is a full-on grizzled veteran. Every other person here is just hyping him up. He even gives us like the canon route through Last Stand 2. He tells us to get the parts of a bomb so that we can blow a hole through the concrete wall that the military put up like around the docks. Oh wait, it's a small one before a bridge. I was picturing like a giant one just like surrounding the entire docks. That would have taken a lot of cement trucks. So we loot an abandoned military base, get suited up in some fatigues, cause why not? Find the bomb parts and find some gasoline. Does that mean there's gonna be a flamethrower? Oh wait, that's over the chainsaw. Oh, I'm sad now. So we blow a hole through the concrete barrier, and an endless horde of zombies immediately chase after us. We run, and somehow Jack just teleports in front of us. Like the game even points us out. I guess it was like difficult to make an animation of them running alongside us or something. So then we get on the boat, leave, and the boat breaks down halfway through, and then we hear a zombie growl. The end. This wasn't the final Last Stand game. Not long after Union City, Last Stand Dead Zone released. It's a base builder game, in the sense that it's a zombie Clash of Clans. Monetized like one too. You control 10 survivors and you loot the city. It had 5 classes, loot boxes, and base raiding PvP. This is all from memory since the game shut down years ago. After looting a later game area, the survivor you sent out couldn't come back for up to 4 real life hours, unless of course you spent a premium currency. Or you bought this one car upgrade, which I did. Building and upgrading stuff could take a literal day real time, unless you spent some more of the premium currency. Despite the very heavy monetization, it was still a very fun game to play. Con Artist Studios' most recent game is an action roguelike. I think this is their fully realized vision of everything they have ever wanted to do. Last time I played this, my laptop nearly turned into an IED. This game used to heat up my laptop a lot. I am very glad that they fixed that. I could make a whole other video on this game alone. Playing through the original trilogy took me 4 hours, 3 of which was in Union City. Fully completing Aftermath took me 35 hours. There's a lot of content in this game, and it would take me a while to fully talk about it. I will say though, if you complete the game, there's a post-game chat you can do with Jack. He's been elected as the leader of the zombie apocalypse, and he talked about what happened in the in-canon Dead Zone era. It is honestly like a really good payoff. I think that Conrad Studios was far ahead of its time. I think that they had a meaningful influence on late millennials and early Gen Z. Of course, they didn't just make one series of zombie games. Actually, let's just look at their website. Oh, they made Crush the Castle. What do these do?